I was watching the news, and these parents were in trouble for free range parenting. Free range. Have you heard this term? Free
Free
range
range
parenting.
parenting. No.
All right. So you know free range parenting. Let me just cut to the chase.
Okay.
Let me just
Yeah.
simplify this. How you and I grew up. That's free range parenting.
Oh.
So now, no, you got a bubble wrap, bro. You got a
Oh, I
bubble
got you.
wrap, kid. You got a helicopter parent,
Mm,
dude. If their bus stop is 200 yards away from the home, you got to be there to pick them up.
really?
Anyway, free range parenting is like allowing kids to be kids
Right.
and giving them that kind of responsibility. Yeah, it's school's a quarter mile away. Let them fucking walk home.
Yeah, no kidding.
You walk it a couple times with them, get them familiar with the route, talk to them about stranger danger and running that way or whatever. They've given it a term now, free range parenting, and how bad it is. And I
Bad it
am
is.
yes, I'm blown away at the pussification and how bad this pussification is. So I Googled free range parenting just to make sure
Yeah.
that I wasn't smoking crack, that it was like how I grew up and Rebecca grew up, and there was all this stuff on it. It was free range parenting bad. So this one says why free range parenting is bad. All right, so there are major downsides to this form of parenting, as many authors have laid out. It's hard on the parents, may result in the kids developing more phobias, and stunts the creativity and self reliance that we theoretically want to develop in children so that they can become happy and productive adults. I had to read that like 5 times. I went, wait,
It's the complete
this is,
opposite.
yeah, that's it. You're right. I read this to Rebecca, and you know what Rebecca said? This is the complete opposite.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a Google search, bro. Yep. It's amazing, so I'm wondering, if parents are reading this like, should we do free range parenting? Wait. Why free range parenting is bad? It's hard on the parents, may result in the kids developing more phobias, and stunts the creativity and self-reliance.
Are you kidding me?
Yep. So anyway, that was one of the things I was a little hammered the other night. I was talking to Rebecca. We were sitting right here, and I was having this free range parenting debate with her, and or discussion,
Discussion.
and we were cracking up. And I came over and I wrote it down. I saw, man, that's a great one. I got to write this down. So
Free
they let the
range
kids out.
parenting. I wonder
Yep.
how that phraseology developed.
Dude, it's amazing. You know how words are powerful icons, and
Sure.
how we are so susceptible to subliminal manipulation. So they've already given it kind of a bad name because it's like free range chickens type of thing.
Right.
Oh, your chickens are just running amok. They got no. They're not in a chicken coop. They're
Right.
they're free range, but free range chickens lay better eggs and they taste better.
Yeah, well, what's interesting though is the concern is not their discipline. The concern is not,
Right.
that
Yep.
the developing into a good person per se. It's all of this protection of emotion, protection of their mental health, whatever
Mhm.
that is.
Yeah.
But like you've said before, when it comes to, we should talk about the COVID thing and masks on kids need to be exposed to viruses and dirt and bacteria and whatever. That's how they build their immune system up. Well, they've got to be exposed to problem solving, troubleshooting, a little bit of social intimidation, all the stuff
Yes.
that goes with life,
Mhm.
and building that, again, the complete opposite, because
Mhm.
to suggest that by catering to them at this level is somehow going to, and what do you mean by creativity? You want to talk about
Yeah.
creativity? We went to war with sticks.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
That's creativity.
Yeah.
How does
And
walking you
rocks
from
as hand grenades.
yeah, what how is how is that stimulating creativity to walk your kid home by the hand when he's 7?
Yeah. Right. Between our discussions with about little kids, the whole Mr. Rogers thing,
Right.
Rebecca's study. I read her study today on the dangers of handheld devices and small kids. Really good, man. I love the way she writes. I mean, it's good shit. And then this thing, I'm like, damn, man, something has got to. I can't. I will be around, and I will see it. The results of this,
Right.
in a generation.
Yeah.
I'll be around for it, and people will go, oh, I had no idea it would have this kind of effect. People are going to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. And they'll
Oh
be
my
able to
god.
say, whoops,
Yep.
and that's it. There will be no
Hmm.
repercussions. There will be no consequences. There are only consequences for those who believe in some sort of conservatism or personal liberty or
Yeah.
freedom. Those are the people who pay the penalty for the infraction the day of.
Yeah.
If they say the wrong thing, if they whatever, post the wrong thing, then they pay the infraction. These people can literally kill people with vaccines and just say whoops.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just think about a year and a half ago when there were so many irate, crazy ass libs screaming at people because they weren't wearing masks.
Yep.
Bloody murder.
Yep.
Screaming at them.
Yep.
Whoops.
They all went quiet.
Yeah. There's no apology.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, oh shit, man. You know what? I shouldn't have taken it that far.
Yeah.
There's none of that.
No.
But yeah, so same thing, the bubble wrap parents, when they have these freaking sissy kids who can't qualify at anything in life except to go to college and get a degree that they won't use. I wonder if they're going to go, huh? I wonder why that happened. I
Yeah.
wonder how that happened.
Yeah. I mean, that's the nature of progressivism.
Yeah, right.
Progressivism is not so much the striving for something better. It's more the fear of being conservative. So that it drives you to say, well, I'm going to have to keep coming up with things. And we live in a very dangerous age in this social media soundbite type society when
Mhm.
everything has to be a clickbait. Everything is striving for these views and clicks and shares and the like. So you got to just keep saying shit.
Right.
So every Tom, Dick, and Harry wants to be an influencer, right? We see it in
Yeah, yeah.
everything from guns to motivation to training
Mhm.
to food to everybody's an expert. We live in an age of experts now, and they're not experts.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
not. What do you I mean, that's way too much information. And so now you've got people that are espousing those, free parent, as if that's the latest newsletter from heaven itself.
Mhm.
First, it gave us the one that I saw this one the other day, that white women who give birth are terrorists,
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course.
right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're giving birth to those who will one day become whatever.
Yep.
So, or that this Christmas Carol is this, or that is now homophobic, or whatever it may be. These are they're like Moses on Mount Sinai getting divine revelation from God, and they come down with the new commandments every other week. That's progressivism. They're pulling all of this out of their ass. There isn't a philosophical, assured, voracious standard for any of this, any of it. So they can just say, well, if you just keep saying free range parenting, then people are like, oh, that's a thing.
Yeah, it'll be it's how like the in the progressiveness type of mindset. It's all that subliminal manipulation. Once they come up with a phrase or a meaning or a term, they just keep pushing it and pushing it, pushing it, and pretty soon it becomes everyday banter. It becomes normal, And
Yeah.
I love the way the news does it. The subliminal manipulation. I talked about it when after the first time I really noticed it was after the GWAT started up.
Right.
Global War on Terror, the GWAT.
Right.
GWAT. And I thought, great, that's a perfect name for it because it's a global war on terror. We're not going to one place. And then pretty soon, the libs created war in Iraq and war in Afghanistan. We're in 2 wars.
Yeah.
You're
right.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, the war is global. There's battlefields,
Right.
but the war is global.
Mhm.
These motherfuckers are everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were still saying that. And we were in. I remember one of my buddies. He was a commander, and he was saying, "Dude, I have dudes in 13 countries right now." I was like, "Holy shit!" So much for that two wars thing.
Yeah.
For more basic skills, field craft, and basic dude stuff, you got to join my Pat Mac Keep the Blaze Live coaching squad on Patreon. We do a live stream every week and a tier 1 Zoom every 2 weeks. The best part about the squad is we have a very eclectic group with a very wide skill set range. We run a private Facebook page that I administrate, so there's no peripheral douchebaggery. So I hope to see you there. Link is in the description. Rock and roll, baby.